This is gonna be a first match playing, or a first game ever playing Get Score NFL on the YouTube channel. We'll play footy after this.
Welcome back, everybody, to AT&T Stadium here in Arlington, Texas. The Cowboys possessing the football as we rejoin the action in the first. And the Cowboys going to bring on Bryan Anger to punt on 4th down.
Cowboys.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Let's go. Go. Yeah, get him down. Get down.
Saw the linebacker Damone Clark coming through with a stop. 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Speed. No, my dad heard that. Hey. Oh, go. Go, Cowboys. Go, Cowboys. They're missing. He ain't even looking. He ain't even looking. Oh, my dad watching me right now. Oh my god. Get down. Get down. Yeah, we don't catch that. Hell no. Go. Yo. Oh yeah. Come over.
On 4th down, ready to pump, Michael Dixon.
Kick that.
Devontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys.
Oh my god, what am I doing? I don't even need it anyways.
Great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Back near his goal line, it's Prescott.
Oh, crap, what have I done?
Be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's call this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Pulled in at the 24.
Wait, what is it?
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after
you're watching. Still watching?
They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Let's go! Get the ball!
With a ball at the 16-yard line.
Oh, my ball?
Yes! Kind of tipping their hand and running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Oh, fumble!
Prescott.
Oh, I didn't mark it? Oh, man. Oh, I thought I marked it. God. Hey, wow, I could see his butt. Yeah, I can see his butt.
I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to
stop
totally.
Steve.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Took him 5 tries.
If I don't get this right, I'm so
pass of the game. And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice
we don't care.
becomes a little more consistent throwing the football.
Because you miss those first 2, but get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back, even with just 1 throw.
In.
And his kick.
Yes! Come on, Cowboys.
Scoreline of 3-2. So golden field position.
Hey, why is there no one watching?
They can muster only a field goal.
They were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Yeah.
There, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
You better say a comment. Listen to me in the thing as you're watching.
This point, well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now Smith, open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Able to he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop
fumbling? I keep on pushing me.
And only if they manage to win the game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
People that off the red line.
To throw is Prescott. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Prescott.
Come on. Touchdown. Good ball.
Prescott off play action. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Prescott. This is caught. And he's down after a very nice game.
With the mark.
22-yard gain.
Yeah, it's a catch.
You just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Prescott.
Touchdown! Touchdown!
There to make the grab, and they are able to add on to their advantage.
Yeah, touchdown!
Now the extra point.
Let's go! Let's go!
So that lines up a 7-play drive all told, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Seattle now ready to march on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start with the option. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Smith on 3rd down. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Marquise Bell. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
He did not go here.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. On play action, Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. On third down, it's Prescott. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points in the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Hey. He's going to make me get more.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Out of the gun, Smith. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. A man born to play in this stadium. It's DJ Dallas. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
That's a defense you're going to bounce when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And his defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Throwing now is Gino. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble. possession, but two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Take it in at the 22. Yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play here for Dallas. 52 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And again, it's Prescott. The quick slant caught. It's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Oh, because I could lose. I could get my goal.
That was a touchdown if you could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Oh.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Well, let's do this one. Come back, guys. There's my lunch.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Geno now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Under pressure, they got him again. Micah Parsons drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
The Seahawks take back over.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line.
Down quickly here to Smith and Jigba.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Straight ahead, Walker.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
On the counter, it's Walker. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Micah Parsons able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys. Twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Prescott. And that's complete to Cooks. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Play action now, Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll run for it with Pollard. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Cowboys. 40 yards for Tony Pollard. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the 1st half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the 2nd half, that got done.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where... So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Up the middle, here's Walker. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. Well,
lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Now Gino. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Smith.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go, here we go. Oh yeah, Dad, it's because my mic is muted. That's why, man, are you serious?
They snap it to Smith.
I think it's wrong.
They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
It's wrong.
The Seahawks go for
Oh,
it,
you're
but can't
getting.
convert. And Dallas, they'll take
Oh.
over in terrific field position. They'll start by running the option to the right. Getting 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
I don't really care
On
about
2nd down, it's Pollard.
Oh, they're 6-1. They're 1-1.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead, it works opposite.
Now throwing on
Lots of
3rd down
freaking
there, but he
fingers.
cannot connect.
Lots of freaking fingers.
3-score lead here, Charles, but they're
Lots
still
of
going
freaking
back to the air
fingers.
and looking for more
Lots of
points.
freaking
With this
fingers.
game well in hand,
This
it's an
guy's
opportunity for the
funniest
guys to
fingers
come
in
off
the
the bench and
world.
get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook
So
no matter who's on the
vibrating.
field.
What are you doing?
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
And the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests.
Send a message if you're watching. Send a message if you're watching.
Both offenses
That's
put
a
up
message
at least
if you're
200
watching.
yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly,
Send a message if you're
wants to
watching.
watch from behind our hands,
Hey,
trying
I
to
saw
spread
it,
our
I saw it,
fingers
see
wide
it.
enough to actually see the result.
Please watch
Boost
me.
here to start the drive after the penalty. It's
Right, let me see. Let me see. Is someone actually? Okay, let's go. Here we go.
back to throw.
Oh,
Smith.
farmers.
Quick reaction as he catches it.
He was
And they'll
injury.
take him down at the
Injury.
31-yard line.
He's got
Yeah,
injury.
boy, here's a sight you don't want to see.
injured, bruh.
Ken Walker
Get
injured on
injured.
that last
Get
play.
injured.
Line of scrimmage, the 31
Get
now on
injured.
1st and 10.
He's got injury.
Smith now to throw. They'll set up a screen to Chardonnay.
What a push.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
What a push.
Here's Smith now on second down. And he will go down. The Cowboys. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now Geno on first down. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the 50, it's Smith. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not
why is he keeping telling me that there's 2 watching?
You can often
myself is watching.
Play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case,
watching my on my iPad, and it's so funny. I can usually record it just like this, and it was like this. Jeez, get a touchdown. Already got a touchdown when you went. My chat is still like get a touchdown, but I already got a touchdown. I got a touchdown when you went like Bill, bro. I got 2, and I got 3 hits.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down.
Oh, bro, get out of my way, you freaking.
As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Now, after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. Prescott now, option right.
Yeah.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
This is bull, bro. This is actually so weak. Wait, that tell Libby to join. Tell Libby to join on the phone, bro. Tell her to join.
It has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
First down, so they're able to convert.
Let's go.
Pollard going to try the right side.
I'm gonna keep running. I'm gonna go. Yes. Oh.
53 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, what's your name? We're about to score a touchdown.
First and goal. Pollard.
I'm gonna better get touchdown.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Okay, why is it going? Yes. It's my second one. Here, man. I win.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4,
Bye guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, bye. Damn, man. Let's go.